Hi, I'm Rebecca, and welcome to my podcast, Smashing Through with Rebecca.x. I am so excited you're here on this episode. Topics include life, business, mindset, full of kick-ass content and high energy. Enjoy the podcast, and remember, you too can smash through and keep going always. Egypt was incredible. Welcome to this podcast. At the time of recording this, I've just got back from Egypt, had a fantastic week there, smashed out some things, as in me. I don't do water. I did water, yay! I did snorkeling. It was fantastic. It was amazing, wonderful experience. And I want to share with you how I went from not even putting a mask on, not knowing how to put a mask on, to actually conquering the mask and the tube thing, whatever the professional name is for that, the breathing tube, and actually snorkeling and seeing lovely fish and everything. Obviously, it was in water that I could stand up in the sea, in the Red Sea. It was absolutely fantastic. So I didn't know how to even put stuff on. So I bought a snorkel mask and some wet shoes before we went. And then I was told how to put the mask on and then how to breathe and basically hold my breath to then dip under the water, keep my eyes open, see if any water was coming in the mask, and then to breathe later on with the tube, obviously. But hold my breath, go underwater, look around, see how I can do that. So, how and what helped me to do that, and how I helped myself was I do breathing techniques anyway. So I do deep breath in, hold at the top, deep breath out, and I do all of that with all of the techniques like EFT, Ho'oponopono, journaling, meditation, all of that anyway. So the breath work that I usually do helped me to do that, and the mindset aspect of calming myself down in order to just take it slow, just take it nice and slow. John was very patient with me, and I did that for a while, and then what I did was I attached the breathing tube thing, whatever the professional name is, like I said, to it. And then what I did, I was then just stood there breathing through the tube, out through my mouth, because obviously the nose is covered with the mask, and then controlling the breathing. But then as you lower yourself into the water, it caught my breath a little bit of the panic setting slightly until you regulate yourself under the water, and then I can swim anyway. I'm not a huge swimmer. My mum was like a fish in water. She won loads of swimming awards and stuff like that when she was younger, but she was a fish. So for me to actually be able to conquer not only keeping my eyes open, I know I've got a mask on, but keeping my eyes open, snorkeling in the water, do you know what I mean? And then what we did, we went to a different part of the Red Sea, on our beach, on our hotel's beach, and actually saw even more. We saw coral, we saw fish, everything, and it was absolutely fantastic. If you go onto my Instagram, it is Rebecca.x187. You'll be able to see some underwater pictures that John took on his GoPro. It's absolutely fantastic, and it was something that I'm very, very proud of, and it's awesome. Absolutely awesome. We went on a boat trip as well while we were in Egypt, but the sea was too choppy for me, so I wasn't, because I just started to learn how to snorkel. I'm not going in the sea with massive waves and things like that. But yeah, it was fantastic. So Egypt, what I've got from Egypt is, number one, I'm going back. We are going back. We're definitely going back. Number two is that it's absolutely incredible. Got loads of vitamin D, relaxation, relaxed on the beach, switched off from work, switched off from everything. I'd already pre-programmed all the podcasts going out, as I do, all the emails and solo mailers going out, which I do anyway. But all of the business page on Facebook, all of that was pre-programmed. So I didn't do anything, no emails, didn't do anything. Still not opened my emails yet. I've only been back a day. I've not opened them yet. So I'm going to go through them over the next few days and catch up, you know, all the junk emails and then everything else. But what was incredible about Egypt is that obviously it's a completely different world, beautiful weather. The staff at the hotel were amazing. Everyone is polite. And the experiences that we had, like riding on a camel, going on quad bikes around the mountains of a night time, having food in a Bedouin tent, and having, you know, watching the shows, the fire show and the dance show, and everything else, and seeing the snakes and everything. It was, the whole experience was out of this world. It was absolutely incredible, fantastic, phenomenal trip. And really nice to actually switch off and spend time with someone who you actually love and appreciate and respect, and you are taken care of and looked after. Do you know what I mean? So the whole experience for me was divine. I was fully in my feminine energy. It was absolutely incredible, and I did things and experienced things that I wouldn't have done. Even just venturing out into the Red Sea and walking as far as we could. On the boat trip, as I said, I didn't do any snorkeling. John did snorkeling, and I'm so proud of him. He actually did his goal. He ticked it off. Yay! He did scuba diving in the Red Sea. Not once, he did it twice. It was awesome. And that was fantastic. And then the final stop that we did on the boat was to White Island in the Red Sea. And it's in Ras Mohammed National Park. And so all of the boat trip was actually. And the White Island, you can anchor off so far away from it, and you've got to swim in the actual sea itself, in the ocean, until a point that you can walk, and then you walk to White Island, which is, are you ready? It's just sand. It's just sand in the sea. It's like out of this way. It's crazy good. It's amazing. I'm still trying to, like, it's just sand. A small stretch of sand in the sea that isn't covered by the water. And I'm like, how? You know? But it was fantastic. So I held on to John's shoulder and swam over to the point that we could walk. And then we walked. It was freezing cold. It was really, really windy that day anyway. But it was a huge accomplishment. And again, if you go on my Instagram, which is Rebecca.x, you'll be able to see photos in the post and everything else. And it was just fantastic, you know. And it is all about, and the reason why I'm sharing all of this is, again, it's all about mindset. If you think you can and think you can't, you're wrong. You're right on both accounts, okay? Which is Henry Ford. So you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. And what you do is that you're fueling the fear, you're fueling the negative, you're fueling all of that. Whereas if you pour things on and go, okay, I'll take it one step at a time. And it's great when you've got someone with you who is very patient, who will allow you to do things and let you do things at your own time, in your own pace, with no pressure or stress or anything. There's nothing. There's just support, and it's fantastic that you feel as though you can accomplish anything, which I can in every aspect of my life. The water does test me. So that is my thing. Not my weakness, but it is water, and it's just an experience I had many years ago. But it is absolutely fantastic, incredible. If you get a chance to go to Egypt, please do. We stayed at Coral Sea Water World in Sharm el Sheikh. It was hands down amazing. It really, really was. So I'm encouraging you to know that you can and will achieve anything you set your mind to. And, you know, snorkeling for me, it would never have been a thing. And yes, I got the wet shoes before I went away. Yes, I got the snorkeling mask before I went away. I was like, you know what, all I can do is try. And, you know, try isn't a word in my vocab, but, and however is a fancy but. However, I did just go, do you know what? Let's do it. Let's see what I can do. Let's have a try. Go for it. Because then I can, you know what I mean? I can do it. I can, you know, say that I have tried, I've done it and everything. But it's the experience behind seeing the fish and seeing the coral and seeing the world underneath of us laying on the beach or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's so nice, absolutely fantastic. So know that you yourself, if there's anything that's holding you back, see if you can go one step forward in accomplishing it or getting closer to it or achieving it. Break things down like I did the snorkel mask. Break things down into little steps. Okay. And, you know, step one is this, step two is this, right? See how you are. Do that for a while. Don't put pressure on yourself. There's no rush. See how you get on. What's the next step after that? And then keep moving forward and keep praising yourself. And instead of having a go at yourself about not doing this or not doing that or not being fast enough or whatever it is, whether it's in your career, in your business, in your work, in your relationship with your kids, friendships, you know, anything you're creating, anything you're designing, whatever it is, stop ever having a go at yourself. You know, it's quick enough. We can easily be very quick at having a go at ourselves constantly about stuff. But when you can actually just take a step back and go, do you know what? I'm going to try, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do step by step by step. Let's see what I can do and go for it and praise yourself. And especially if you can find someone who can support you and, you know, be there for you as well and say, you know what, I'm so proud of you that you did that. You know, it really makes a big difference. So pop over to Instagram. I'll put the link all in the show notes of my website, Rebecca.x. Go and have a nosy at loads of stuff that can actually help you. My guided journals, my courses, my mentorship, sign up for my emails, everything, because I'm all about value. I'm all about mindset, and it's all about really you breaking the mold, shining brightly, showing up to your life, keep going always, knowing that you've got this.